Hey yo, happy Saturday to you. And today is my mother's 74th birthday. So she wanted a German chocolate cake for her birthday cake, and I am going to try to attempt to make that for her. I have made one once before, but it's been a while, so I'm going to do the best I can the way I know how. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. Okay, y'all, so my ingredients for this cake is going to be 6 eggs that I have left out overnight to bring to room temperature. I also have 2 sticks of salted melted butter and an 8-ounce package of cream cheese. That's also been brought to room temperature. I have a box of the chocolate jello gelatin. I have a container of the milk chocolate cake icing. I have in this bowl about 2 cups of coconut flakes, and I'm going to toast those, lightly toast them. I have a 4-ounce pack of pecan halves, and I'm going to put them in my Ninja and grind them till they're a little bit more fine. And I have a box and a half of the Betty Crocker Super Moist White Cake Mix. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started. Y'all stay tuned. Okay, y'all, so now what I'm getting ready to do, I have my 2 cups of coconut, and I'm going to put these in my oven. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. I'm going to put my coconut in this oven so that it can be lightly toasted, as well as my pecans. In this pan, I have melted about 3 pats of butter, 3 little slices of it, and what I'm going to do is put my pecans in there and let them toast as well. I'm just going to lightly toast them. And once they're nice and toasty, I'm going to take them and put them in my little Ninja bullet and go ahead and grind them so that they'll be topping for the cake. So y'all stay tuned. Okay, y'all, so I've decided to show y'all how I'm going to sift my cake mix. This is actually an old-fashioned sifter, and it's much easier to use. It has a little handle on it, and all you do is put your flour or whatever ingredient that you're trying to sift in, and you just turn it. There's a little thing on the inside that turns it, and once that turns like that, it gets all the clumps out of your mix. So this is the 1 full pack of cake mix. I'm going to go ahead and dump it in here in my sifter. It may hold it all, it may not. I'm just going to pour just a little bit at a time. And all you do is have a bowl big enough to make sure that it won't run over. And this is all you do. You can see on the bottom how it just sifts through. It gets all of the, you can tap it, you can use a little roller on the side. But this one is much easier and much faster to use. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and dump the rest of this bag in there. That way you won't have so many lumps and bubbles in your actual cake mix once you get it started. And if I'm not mistaken, I think this cake mix is pre-sifted, but I like to go ahead and redo mine because clearly you can see some of the clumps in it when you pour it. So this is the half bag that I'm finishing up with. Go ahead and click that. Yo, I take my hand and press through to the bottom to get as much as I can. And as you can see, all that's left is that little dab right there. So I'm going to dump this on my paper that I have here. And I'm going to also sift the Jello pudding as well. Like I said, this is a 3-ounce bag. And I can already smell my coconut toasting, y'all. I have it in the oven. And it smells so good already. Okay. And I'm going to pour this in. get all of it out. Put that in as well. And there you go. That's that. Keep it clean while I go so I don't have so much to do when I'm done. Just gonna wipe that down. So now I'm just gonna set this off to the side, but first let me get my, I always forget what this is called, y'all. My whisk, wire whisk. Let me get my whisk, and this is what it looks like once I get it all together. So what I'm gonna do is just whisk it all together, the flour and the pudding. Mix it well all together. You don't have to do this, but this is just something I like to do. And that is what it's looking like. And I'm going to have to take another minute, check this coconut because I'm smelling it. And you don't want your coconut to burn whenever you're doing this, so you have to make sure that you check it when you start smelling it. It doesn't take very long to toast. Oh, yep, see. Oh my, it smells so good. Woo. That is hot, y'all. Ugh. What I'm doing, y'all can't see me, but what I'm doing, because this oven is hot, what I'm actually doing is just taking my little spatula or my spoon, a mixing spoon, and just stirring them up, because you don't want it to be toasted all on just one side. You want to get as much of it toasted as possible. Oh, it smells so good. So what I'm going to do, mix it up and spread it out a little bit more, and let the pieces that are not brown yet go ahead and finish browning, and then we're going to take it out. I'm going to give my pecans a little stir as well, because we'll have to let both of them cool before we actually use them. So I'll be back in to check these in just a few minutes. Okay. So, sorry I wasn't able to show y'all that. Okay, so now this is how it looks after you get it all whisked together. So now I'm going to just sit this off to the side until I get ready to use it. And I'm going to go off camera and I'm going to grease and flour my 2 pans so that they're ready to pour my mix in when I'm done. So y'all stay tuned. I'll be back. Okay, y'all, so these are my pecans. I've taken them out, and this is what they should look like. So I'm going to let them sit and cool, as well as the toasted coconut. I'm trying to get y'all a good picture of that. And that's all you want to do, is just sit it on a sheet, a baking sheet or a pan. This is my pizza pan, but it works just the same. And you spread it out so that it can get toasted. And you want to check on them. You don't leave them in there long. Maybe not even 5 minutes, y'all, because it toasts up really quick. And then all you do is just kind of mix them around. Now you won't be able to get every piece of your coconut toasted, but for the most part you want to get as much as possible without burning it. So this is what it should look like. I just want to show y'all a picture of that. So I'm going to sit this off to the side as well, so that when I'm ready for it, it'll be cooled down. And then I'll show you what we're going to do with that in a little bit. So y'all stay tuned. I'm going to go ahead and get started with this cake mix, and I'll be back. Okay, y'all, so I have my little Black & Decker. Actually, it's like a chopper, but I use it to make smoothies. And it is so handy. So this is what I'm going to use to chop my pecans, to get them to the consistency or the texture that I need. Grab my spatula. So these have already been toasted with a little bit of butter, lightly salted. All I'm doing is putting them in here so that I can get them ground up the way I want them. Make sure you wait until they cool down before you do this step. You can chop them by hand, but I'm trying to do this quickly because Mom and we're going to have some brunch. Make sure that's on tight. Y'all, it's going to probably be noisy, so bear with me. Try to pulse them. I'm gonna have to keep adjusting. So y'all bear with me. Okay, this is kind of noisy, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this done and then I'll come back, y'all. Just want you to see what I was doing with them though. Okay, y'all, so we're gonna go ahead and get this finished. So in here, in my mixing bowl, I have my 2 sticks of butter and my block of cream cheese. I want to say sour cream, but it's not sour cream, it's cream cheese. So I'm going to go ahead and add my 6 eggs in, y'all. Be careful to not get shells. You can also crack these in a bowl just to make sure that none of them are bad and that you don't get shells in your mix. You don't want people biting down into a piece of cake and getting a crunch. That's not a good thing. So we're going to move right along here. I went ahead and greased and floured my pans for the sake of not making this video too long. I want to give y'all good content, but I don't want to make the video so long that you don't want to watch it. Okay, so that's my eggs. Let me wipe my hands. Excuse me for reaching over the camera. Wash my hands. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and add my teaspoon of vanilla into this. And I think I'm also going to add a teaspoon of nutmeg. Nutmeg is a good spice. Let me put my nutmeg first because it is dry and the vanilla is wet. So this is the ground nutmeg that I'm using. I'm going to put a teaspoonful of that in there. And I found this one from Walmart. Don't do like I do, y'all. I'll sprinkle a little more. So that's 1 teaspoon right there. So we're going to add that in. And this is my spur of the moment add-ins. That's why I didn't have it out and ready. But we're going to continue on. Then I'm going to use a teaspoon of vanilla. There we go. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and cream this all together. And I stuck my corns back in just a little bit more. And so now I'm going to go ahead and take them out because I smell them. And this is what they look like. You still have a few whole pieces, but for the most of them they're ground. That's just pretty much going to be for garnishment. Okay. And y'all, this is going to be a little bit loud, but bear with me. I'm going to go ahead and get this mixed. have that well mixed. And this is what it should look like. Okay, so now I'm going to start adding in my dry ingredients. And I have 1 1/3 cup of milk here that I'm going to use. Now you can use buttermilk, you can use canned condensed milk, just whatever kind of milk you want to use, or whatever you have on hand, just as long as you use 1 1/3 cups. And the reason I do the cream cheese in mine, because it helps locks in the moisture in your cake. So what I'm going to do with this is just add a little in at a time. Add my dry to my wet. Just going to add it a little at a time and get that mixed well, and then we'll add some more. You don't want to put it all in one time, and be careful when you start when you turn your mixer on, because your cake flour will be all over the place if not. Okay, y'all, I know this is noisy, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go off camera and finish getting all this mixed and ready for the pan, and then I'll be back. Y'all stay tuned. Okay, y'all, so I'm back. I have it all mixed, and I'm going to go ahead and add some to my pan. So I'm going to make this a 3-layer, so I'm not going to add as much frosting as I did, as much batter as I did with my last cake, because I don't want my layers to be too big. So what I have left, I'll either make a smaller cake or I'll do some cupcakes, but it won't go to waste. I just like to make sure I have enough batter to make what I'm trying to make. Okay. Let me stop with that. Go ahead and get these spread out. And I'm going to stick them in the oven. And y'all, this batter is thick, so if you would like to thin your batter out, you can add either a little bit of water or a little bit of milk, just to get it to the desired thickness that you want. It's user discretion, so. But I suggest that you add just a little at a time, because you can't take any out once you put it in. Okay? And you just kind of tap your pans. And that's to ensure that you have no air bubbles. Add a little bit more to this one. I probably won't have enough to make a regular cake, but I have some muffin pans that I use when I make my banana nut bread. So what I'll probably do is put the rest of my mixture in one of those. Okay, y'all. So there's my 3 layers. I'm going to get them into the oven. My oven is preheated to 350, and I will be back when they're done to show you how they came out and to show you how I put it all together. So y'all stay tuned. Okay, y'all. So since I had this much left, so what I'm going to do is use my loaf pan. I've already floured and greased it, and I'm going to take the remaining batter and make a loaf cake out of it. It'll just be a little extra added bonus for the family, because trust me, honey, nothing goes wasted around here, especially something sweet. These folks in here love to eat. A lot of times when I cook stuff, if I post it to Facebook and put it on YouTube, I'll have some of my friends say, well, I want to try that. Honey, if you ain't here when it's serving is going on, you probably won't get none. Because these folks, they go in. And I'm glad, because I don't want to have food that I have to throw away. So trust me, nothing gets thrown away around here. And I can already smell those other layers. They're already starting to rise, and they smell so good. So I'm just getting this ready. So when those 3 are done, I'm going to take them out. And then I can put this one in, and we will be done. As soon as they cool, I'll come back and show you how I'm going to put it all together. And we can sing happy birthday to Mother dear. 74, that's a wonderful age. And everybody ain't blessed to make it there. So I'm glad the Lord allowed her to be able to celebrate her 74th birthday. That's a blessing right by itself. And I hope and pray that He'll allow me a long life like that. But it's all in how you live and how you treat people. Okay, so that's that. I'm not going to tap this on my counter because I have my other layers in there. So this is what it looks like. So as soon as the other layers are done, I'll take them out, put this in. We'll let them cool down and get our icing on it, and I'll be back. Stay tuned. Okay, y'all, I'm getting ready to check my oven. They're smelling good, so I just want to make sure they're done. That's what that looks like. I'm going to grab a toothpick. Toothpick test is the best test, and I go right in the middle, or the thickest part, which is my middle. And as you can see, nothing came out on this toothpick, so that means these are done. So what I'm going to do now, see how pretty it is? What I'm going to do now is take these out and put my loaf pan in. I'm going to allow these to cool, and then we're going to go ahead and get the frosting and the coconut and everything together so that we can frost these layers. Grab these other 2. I'm going to try them as well just to be sure that they're done. They were in the back, so the one I tried was in the front, so I'm sure if the back one is done, the other 2 are, but I'm just going to test it just to be sure. I'm sticking this loaf pan in here. So now, we're going to stick it right in the middle. Right in the middle. And again, see, there's nothing. If there was anything on my toothpick, then that would mean they're still raw. But these are done. So I'm going to leave them there and allow them to cool so that I can get them frosted. Y'all stay tuned. Okay, y'all, so now the cake has cooled. My 3 layers are ready, and I am getting ready to frost it. So let's get started. Put in smooth, room temperature icing. That's what you want. Since it looked like I'm gonna be baking some, I guess I'm gonna have to invest in myself a spinner so when I'm frosting my cake, it'll spin it around for me. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just a toasted coconut. Sprinkle some in it too. Guess I can put that down so y'all can see what I'm doing. Miss Brown has had her birthday dinner. She full, now she getting ready to get her a nap. I could use me a nap too. I think I will get one when I'm done with this. Okay, so that's one layer. We're gonna go right in. Woo, just trying to tear up, y'all. It's so moist. It's trying to tear up. Gracious. That's what you call super moist. Extra super moist. So we got this. There we go. We're going to tear it to eat it, but we don't want to tear it so soon. Taste that little piece. And that's good. Very moist. Get the top of my hand too for being in front of the camera. That's good, y'all. So I can already tell y'all that ain't gonna last. It'll be gone in 2.3 seconds around here. Okay, let's get our icing on that. But they gotta remember this is Miss Brown's cake today, so they can't be greedy and eat it all up. This is her cake. I didn't even buy one or make one for myself. Okay, coconut. And this time I intentionally made my layers thinner so that I could get all 3 layers on here. Y'all can smell this toasted coconut. Ooh. Gracious. And you know what I mean. Okay, so that's layer number 2. Just wiping my hands. And we are going in for layer number 3. Same thing, y'all. Flip it. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, that's it. And that is layer number 3. So let's finish this up. Put the icing on top and spread it down the sides. Now that icing is a little bit too room temperature, but we're gonna make this work. It makes it so much easier to spread when it's like this. So just take your time and get it spread. No rush. Everything I make in this kitchen here, if I can make it, you can make it. It's pretty easy, nothing hard. I think for the holidays, I'm gonna actually do a real German chocolate. This is not, I'm not gonna even call this a German chocolate. This is a chocolate. chocolate coconut pecan is what I'm gonna call this. A pecan. But I can assure you it's good. Sissy, you gonna get it. That's Sissy, y'all, being bad as usual. She gonna get it if she don't sit her little narrow neck down somewhere. Y'all see how pretty that is? Very pretty. Why you being bad, little girl? Okay, so yeah, we about made it there. Almost done. I might have to sit this in the fridge just for a little bit to make sure that the icing don't roll off. And this is a good moist cake. And once this icing set, and you're talking about something good, it's going to be amazing. Okay, see, that didn't take long, y'all. When you have everything together that you need, it doesn't take long. You got to be a little bit organized. Okay. I'm just making sure I got all of my sides covered. Then I'm going to go in with my garnishment. Alright. So it looks like I got all of that covered. So now we're going to go in with our coconut. And all you want to do is just pat it on. And because it's toasted, that makes it easier to go on. Just take a nice handful. Like so. And here we go. Okay. I'm going to put you on pause and clean up my hands, and then I'll be back. Y'all stay tuned. Okay, y'all, so I finished my mother's, and I had to stick it in the refrigerator because the icing was so soft on it. I didn't want it all to melt down. So when that when the icing gets set, then we'll come back and sing happy birthday to her, and we'll slice it and let you see what it looks like. So now, with my extra icing that I had, I made this loaf cake. So now I'm getting ready to frost this one. And I'm going to put the cream cheese icing on this one. I'm going to put some icing on top and garnish it. Just a little extra treat for them. Nothing goes to waste around here. Not in the Hemingway household. Or should I say the Brown, McCray, and Hemingway household. Between my husband and Isaiah and my mama, them 3 people can eat. But I'm glad to see somebody enjoys what I cook. So I'm just putting icing on the top of this, y'all. I'm not going all down the sides and around the back because I think that'll be too much. We're going to enjoy this one just like this. And like I said, for the holidays, I'm going to probably do the German chocolate from scratch. I'll do one from scratch instead of using the, because I can bake from scratch now, y'all. Don't let this bake box cake mix fool you. I can cook a cake from scratch, but for the sake of time, and we had other things we wanted to try to get done today, I went ahead and made the one in the box. Okay, so I'm done with that. And now I'm going to garnish, put some garnishment on it. And I'll make sure that I'll snap a picture of both of them so that I can give you a good shot of what it looks like. This toasted coconut and those toasted pecans, that's just going to be, as they say, the icing on the cake. Okay, and we're going to do some pecans. Some of my pecans are still whole because my little Black & Decker didn't chop them all up, and that's fine. We can enjoy it either way, whole, chopped. It's all going down the same way, old folks used to say. There's no separation in this tummy. And this makes, just like I said, for good garnishment, just to make it look pretty. I like the things that look good and taste good, so that's what we're going to have here. It's going to be pretty as well as delicious. I think that's just about all of the whole ones that I have left now. Are pretty much some of the crumbles. So we're going to sprinkle some of them on there. Nothing is wasted here. Now you put as much or as little as you want, or you don't have to even. You didn't even have to garnish this or put icing on it. You could have eaten this one just the way it was, and it still would have been delicious. But since I had extra icing and coconut and pecans, I just went ahead and used it. Okay, so this is the finished product. This is what this one looks like, y'all. But like I said, I'm going to snap a good picture of it and make sure that you guys get a good look at it. So like I said, as soon as the birthday cake, the icing is set, then we're going to come back, light her candles and sing happy birthday, and we'll give it a slice and let y'all see how it tastes. So stay tuned.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear mother. Happy birthday to you.
May God bless you. May God bless you. May God bless you. Happy birthday to you. Happy 74th birthday,
Make
Miss
your wish,
Brown.
Mom. Blow your thing out. Blow your thing out. David came out to him, you see him later. Happy birthday to you. Make your wish.
Make your wish to yourself. You got to lean in to blow it. Blow it. All right.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank y'all for tuning in to my mother's 74th birthday celebration. We thank God that she's still here. We'll be able to celebrate another year. And if you like what you see on this video, please give me a like, a thumbs up, subscribe, and share the video with anyone you think that would be interested in seeing this. And we will see you on our next video. Thank you for tuning in to Simply Carolyn. Y'all have a good night. Oh, but before I go, I did want to cut it and let y'all see what the cake looks like. So let me do that before we wrap it up. Okay, I'm going to take the 7 and the 4 off. Y'all, this is a rich cake, I can assure you. You eat a big piece of this and you're going to be in the bathroom. My husband is going to get the first slice because mother says she don't want none tonight, and I don't think I'm going to eat none either. Not this late because I'm a diabetical. Get up, my dear. Alright, and this is a chocolate, 3-layer chocolate coconut pecan cake. And y'all, it looks amazing. Let me show y'all what it looks like. It's nice and moist. There we go. So thank y'all for tuning in. Good night.
Thank you.